Hi everybody, welcome to ingvid.com. I'm Adam. In today's video, I'm going to give you a bunch more phrasal verbs to work with, and we're going to concentrate on the verb go. Now again, just to refresh our memories, a phrasal verb is a combination of a verb and a preposition, and oftentimes the meaning is very different from the two words individually. Some of the meanings can be very literal, meaning the words themselves. Other meanings can be completely unrelated to the two words. So let's begin with go for. Go for actually has several meanings. If you go for something, means you're going to try it. You're going to try to do something. So you can, somebody says, do you want to learn how to paint? Yeah, let's go for that. Let's try that. If you say go for it, means you will try to do something specifically, or you'll go for it means you'll try to succeed in something, you'll try to accomplish something. Another meaning of go for means to attack or to specifically target something. So if you're fighting someone, for example, and you're punching them and then you go for the face, means you're trying to punch them in the face. You're specifically targeting the face. Another meaning of go for, when you're talking about a choice of something, when you make the choice, you can say you could go for that thing or you can go for it. So I could go for a burger. Are you hungry? Yeah. What do you want to eat? I could go for a burger, right? So that's what I would feel like. That's what I would choose to have right now. Let's move on to go up against. When you go up against someone or a group or a company, for example, means you're fighting them. It doesn't have to be like a physical fight or violent fight. It means you're engaging in some sort of confrontation. If somebody is trying to attack you, you will go up against them and you will try to fight. If a company is trying to change some rules or some situation, environmental, a group of activists might go up against them. They might try to stop them and make them not succeed in their plans. That's the most common use of go up against. You could say something goes up against the wall, but that's a little bit more literal and not as commonly used. Go away. So go away can mean just leave. You're going away from this place. When somebody says, I'm going away for a few days, it means they're traveling. In most cases, it means go on vacation, but it could just mean leave the place, go to another location altogether, out of town for an extended period. I'm going away for a while. For example, I'm going to another city. Sometimes if somebody says he's going away for a while, it could also suggest a medical situation or an addiction, like going to a rehab center. So if somebody says he's going away for a while, he's going to the rehabilitation center. Or in some cases, it could mean going to prison. So he's going away for a long time means he's going to jail for a long time. Another meaning of go away is just disappear, right? So this trouble just won't go away. It won't stop. It won't disappear. If you're having problems at the office and you just want it to go away, but it doesn't, that's what that means. If you tell someone, go away, it means just leave me alone or just leave, literally leave. Go by. Go by also has a few meanings. You could just go by someone's house. You mean go for a visit or just go to a place, literally. Another meaning is basically to call something by a certain name. So he goes by Jack. This company goes by the name of whatever, Acme Explosives, etc. Another meaning of go by is based on or to be judged by. So going by history or going by precedent, this is what should happen next. So based on or judging by history, this is what should happen next. Go by can also just mean past, go past something, go by it, don't stop until you pass it. That's good enough for that. Let's move on to go ahead. So if somebody says to you, go ahead, it means continue, right? I have something to say, yeah, go ahead, say it. Or it could just mean start, to begin something. So this project cannot go ahead without the approval of head office. Or why'd you stop? Go ahead, continue, right? So continue or start. Or if you want to say something, yeah, you can go ahead, means you can start. That's what this means. Or another meaning, go ahead means go forward in front of the others, right? Go ahead, go to the front of the line, ahead of other people, in front of other people. Again, a lot of different meanings. Sometimes I don't even remember what all the meanings are. Let's move on to go out. So go out can mean literally go out of the place, so leave. It could also mean go on a date. So if you go out with somebody, you're going on a date with somebody. A light or a fire can go out. In the case of a fire, it means extinguished. In case of a light, it just means the power went off. Somebody turned off. So go out. Okay, let's move on from there. That's enough for go out. Go all out. If you're going to go all out in doing something, that means you're not holding anything back. You're going to put 100% effort in order to achieve your goal or your target or whatever it is you're doing. Okay? Let's move on. Let's go along. Go along can mean literally just walk along the side of a place, like you go along the river path. That's the more literal one. To go along with something, so we often use with if we will specify what the thing is, means to agree to or to agree with something. So if I go along with let's say my girlfriend has all sorts of plans and I go along with her plans, that means I'll just follow and do whatever she wants, or I will agree with whatever she wants me to do. Okay, as the case may be. Go along with, if you're specifying. If you say to someone, go along means just leave. It's a little bit of like talking to a little child, go along. Go around. So again, literal means you can go around a thing instead of going through it or across it. We often use this to say like something is being spread or something is being shared. So he's going around telling people that you're not nice, right? Going around telling people means he's sharing this information with lots of different people. On the other hand, you can say that something is spreading. The flu is going around these days. It means the flu is spreading to all kinds of different people and many people are getting sick. Or the news is going around that something will happen, also spreading. Go off. Again, several meanings. A light can go off, means lose power. If a person goes off, that means they lost control. They get very, very angry and started yelling or screaming or doing whatever. So he was told he was being fired and he just went off. He started yelling at everybody and throwing chairs around and lost control. Okay, let's move on from there. Go against. If something goes against something means it's basically going contrary to. So especially if you're talking about rules or standards, if you go against the rules, means you're breaking the rules. You're not following the proper way of doing things. Okay. We also have an expression, go against the grain, means work against what is considered normal. The grain, if you think about wood has grains, they go in a certain direction. If you go against the grain, you're going to get a splinter. You're going to basically not be very happy about it. Go on. So go on, the light can go on, means turn on, get power. If I say to someone, go on, it means continue, say what you have to say. If someone just goes on and on and on, it means they don't shut up. They just talk. Some of you might think that I'm just going on and on, but I'm trying to explain stuff, so it's a little bit okay. Okay, let's move on from there. Go without. If you go without something, means you don't have it and you're okay with that, right? So you can go without food for several days, but if you can't go without water because you will dehydrate and pass out. So go without, don't have. Okay? Now, one thing I do want to say, phrasal verbs with go, there are actually quite a few that I didn't include in this list, and there are actually a few more meanings of these ones that I didn't include because there are so many. I highly recommend that you maybe get on the internet and do a little bit of research and find out more, or go to ingvid.com. There's a comment section. If you can think of other phrasal verbs or other meanings with go, put them in there. Share them with your peers, the other people who are watching these videos. Otherwise, there's also a quiz. You can test your understanding of the ones that I told you about. And if you have any questions, of course, ask them in the comments section. And that's it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell if you want to get notifications of future videos. And come back again soon. We'll do this again and hopefully improve our English together. Okay, until then, bye-bye.